At a Christmas party, my boss asked me if I had received my $8,000 bonus. I froze mid-sip of cheap champagne. The entire table went silent. My boss, Greg, was smiling at me like he'd just handed me the keys to a new car. "You earned it this year," he said louder, making sure everyone heard. $8,000. The number echoed in my head. My coworkers shifted in their seats. Some looked jealous, others impressed. I felt my face burn. "Yeah," I lied, forcing a smile. "Thank you, but I hadn't gotten anything. Not a cent." That night, I sat in my car in the parking lot for 20 minutes, hands shaking on the steering wheel. $8,000 could have covered my daughter's surgery bills, the ones that had been stacking up on my kitchen counter for 3 months. $11,400 total. Insurance denied the claim twice. I checked my bank account on my phone. Nothing. Checked again. Still nothing. When I got home, I tore through my desk looking for recent pay stubs. Found December 15th. There it was. Clear as day. Holiday bonus, $8,000. Status, paid. Date processed, 12/15/23. My account balance, $347. I didn't sleep that night. At 6 a.m., I emailed HR. "Hi, I believe there's been an error with my holiday bonus. My stub shows it was processed, but nothing deposited. Can you check?" The reply came in 20 minutes. Sometimes larger amounts take 3 to 5 business days. "Please wait and let us know if it still hasn't posted." I waited a week. Nothing. Waited 2 weeks. Still nothing. On January 4th, I was in the break room when my coworker Ashley mentioned getting her bonus. "Got it same day," she said. "Showed up in my account like 2 hours after it processed." My stomach dropped. "Same day?" "Yeah, everyone did. You didn't get yours?" I shook my head slowly. That night, I logged into my bank and pulled up 3 months of statements. Started going line by line, day by day. December 15th, 2:47 p.m. There it was. Deposit, $8,000. Payroll Services, Inc. I almost screamed. It had been deposited. But then, same day, 4:53 p.m. Withdrawal, $8,000. Account transfer. Someone had taken it back. 2 hours after it hit my account. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely screenshot it. I checked the transfer code. It didn't match any of my accounts. It was a different account number entirely. One I'd never seen before. The next morning, I walked straight into HR. The director, Karen, smiled her usual tight smile. "How can I help you?" I slid the printout across her desk. "This went somewhere." "Where?" She squinted at it. Her smile faded. I'll need to check with payroll. It was deposited, then withdrawn the same day. That's not a processing delay. That's theft. I'm sure there's an explanation." "Then explain it." She couldn't. 2 days later, I got called into a meeting. Karen was there. So was Greg, my boss. And someone from corporate I'd never seen before. A woman in a sharp suit who introduced herself as internal compliance. The compliance officer didn't waste time. "We've been reviewing your bonus discrepancy. Can you confirm this is your bank statement?" "Yes." She nodded, then turned to Karen. "And you're saying this was flagged as processed in your system?" "Correct," Karen stammered. "But the funds were rerouted." "Explain that." Silence. Greg shifted in his chair. "Sometimes payroll makes adjustments for tax withholdings." "This wasn't a withholding," I interrupted. "It was a full withdrawal to a different account." The compliance officer pulled out her own folder. "We ran the account number. It belongs to Melissa Torrance. Does that name mean anything to you?" I blinked. "No." Greg's face went pale. The officer continued. "Melissa Torrance is employed in our payroll department. She's also," she looked directly at Greg, "your daughter." The room went dead silent. "She's been rerouting employee bonuses for 2 years. 17 employees total. $120,000 stolen." Greg stood up, knocking his chair back. That's impossible. We have the transaction logs. Every transfer traces back to her login credentials. She deposited the bonuses, waited a few hours, then reversed them into her personal account." I couldn't breathe. My boss's daughter had been stealing from us. From me. From 17 other people just trying to survive. Karen looked like she was going to be sick. The officer turned to me. "You'll receive your $8,000 by end of week. Plus the 2 prior years you were also affected. $6,500 and $7,200. We're filing criminal charges against Ms. Torrance." I walked out of that office in a daze. 3 days later, the money hit my account. All of it. $21,700. I paid off my daughter's surgery bills that afternoon. Bought groceries without checking prices. Got her the winter coat she'd been asking for. Greg was fired the following Monday. Melissa was arrested on Friday. And me? I finally slept through the night.